Hey, all my agents and friends and family out there. Haven't done a video in a long time. And boy, let me tell you, this is one that really inspired me to make an important video. And what inspired this video is an event that happened last week. We had an open house. And when we had this open house, two of my agents were doing an open house not too far from us. We had two houses within a block radius of each other. And, when we do an open house, we call the listing agent and ask them permission. And they usually give us permission to do an open house. I'm not going to name no names. I'm not going to give no addresses. But something that concerns a lot of you, that I want a lot of you to pay attention to. And something that saddens me, really, because it's come to this state for the relationship between men and women. But to move on, they were doing an open house. And the co-listing agent for that house that they've never met before, I've never met before, I don't know who she is. She walked in and they called me after she had walked in, and they told me what had happened. That she was very loopy, that she had acted very strange. She laid down on the floor of the kitchen, and she was telling them that, I trust you guys, you could take me home, I need a ride home. But this lady wasn't doing, an open house in the area or nothing, so I don't know how she got there, whether by car or what. But then they said that they were very cautious and didn't want to approach her, and that she got up somehow and went walking down the street. When they called me and told me this, I found it quite odd. And of course, as agents, we have to be careful. And I'd hate to say this, but not only female but male agents have to protect themselves as well. There's a 36%, and that's putting it probably low, but from the FBI statistics, 36% of males that are in prison for rape are innocent. So that's a huge number, man. That's a pretty big number. And I don't know if this lady was there to do what, but from what I could see in her behavior, it actually triggered an alarm in my mind. These guys are young. They don't know any better. I know a lot of people realize this about me. I took the red pill a long time ago, meaning I'm not living in the matrix. I woke up to the real world. And I know that women, are just as capable as men as being vicious and evil. And they're not sugar and spice and everything nice. They can do harm just as much as a man can. So I don't believe that, this is not some misogynistic rant or anything like that. No, this is pro-male. This is pro-American man that I want my male agents to be careful of. So what I did to protect my agents is I sent an email immediately to the other side, to the listing agent and to her partner, and said, hey, this event happened, this situation happened. Because, and the reason why I did that is, in that situation, it's always best to be first. By me sending that out, now it diffuses anything that woman can say. And again, I'm not making accusations, but that didn't sound kosher. And I'll give my reasons why in a minute and try to make this video quick. But then she emails me 15 minutes later saying, oh yeah, I apologize. I have, she said some kind of cerebral problems or something, neurological problems. And she's at the UMC hospital right now taking care of, and tell your agents not to worry. And and she seemed kind of bossy, she said to them, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, wow, I said, no problem. They were just a little bit concerned and, wondering what the heck happened, and they didn't want to get near you. I was very specific on things that I said in the email, meaning that they didn't touch you. So then she thanked me and whatnot, but I found it odd that she came there and feeling the way she's feeling. Why not call 911, or why not tell them to call 911 and get an ambulance there? Why tell them, I trust you guys, you could give me a ride home? I don't see how that makes any sense. and then 15 minutes later, you're already at the hospital. And that hospital is a good mile away. I know where it's at. And on top of that, now you're okay. They gave you some kind of magic pill, and now you snapped out of it. And you're able to write a full entire email explaining your behavior. I found it kind of fishy. And, I just think that to protect my agents, I had to send that email right away. Because let me tell you what would have happened, in my opinion. I believe that my agents would have found out last. She could have said something. Hey, they attacked me, they sexually assault, whatever Me Too movement, or let's, believe all women crap that goes on out there. And then they go out there and they send that. And then they go and talk to their broker, then talk to our broker, and then all of a sudden the police know, both our brokers know, and my agents and I are the last ones to know, walking into an office or a conference room with everybody sitting in there going, hey, did you do this or did this happen? And them going, well, no, now we have to defend ourselves and we have to backpedal. We're not doing that. In this case, I got there first. I sent out the email immediately. She was gone for 15 minutes, like I said, and I sent out that email. And I did it for the main purpose of protecting my agents. And I'm going to tell you what saddens me. I don't believe she needed help. I believe something was fishy. But if in the event, if she did need help, how bad is it that we can no longer even trust? Men can't even be the white knights anymore. We have to protect ourselves from, certain situations. We got to be careful when we say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. I mean, we got to be careful to even be in an elevator alone with a woman. It's gotten to that point that saddens me. But again, I'm much older, wiser. I'm not bitter. I have never had an accusation thrown against me, thank God. But I have seen it. I've experienced it. I've seen other people get these kinds of, and it escalates quickly. And you would never think it. It's so innocent. And just all it takes is for someone to lie on you. And it happens all the time. Now that they accept DNA, how many rapists have they freed in the last decade because they can test people's DNA now? So it was sad and it was dangerous, but my two agents are young. They don't know any better. But they did know enough that something was not right. And I was grateful that they never touched her and never went near her and were spooked by her. So making that email, I think, protected my agents and really now diffused that woman from making any kind of accusation at that point. So as agents, be careful. Don't go do showings with a female by yourself. If you're in an open house and a female walks in, it's just you and her, press record on your phone. Protect yourself, guys. You don't need that kind of accusation. Okay? They're out there and they'll get you. Okay? There's good people and there's bad people. There's good women and there's bad women. There's good men and there's bad men. I tell my female agents to protect themselves and not trust some guy alone in the open house. Well, why not the same for a man? So, love you, everybody. Be safe, and I wish you tons of success.